Students, now let us look at one more model, that is the break-even model. You have discussed it many a times in many a subjects. Here we will be taking it for the application of a location strategy. Location decisions में ये आपको किस तरह helpful हो सकता है, ये हम break-even model से भी कर सकते हैं. So it's a simple model, but still has a very elegant approach. Actually, it can be applied to many things. So that is why it is an elegant model. So useful location analysis technique when fixed and variable costs can be determined. So this is the condition for applying a break-even model. You can determine the fixed cost and the variable cost. So अगर आप ये determine कर सकते हैं, if you can determine the cost function, then it becomes attractive. Identify the location to be considered. ये वो identify कर देगा कि किस location को under what condition you need to consider. Determine the fixed cost of land, property taxes, insurance, equipment and building. It also determine the unit variable जो आपने determine पहले से करना है, that would be the unit variable cost, material, utilities and transportation cost. So if you have estimated it, you can construct the total cost line. Then you can determine the break-even points on the graph. Graphically, it's possible if you do not have many options. Identify the range over which each location has the lower cost. जब आप graphical approach की बात करते हैं, तो you will have the intersection of lines. Graphical lines intersect करेंगी. So when there is an intersection, that means there would be a region above it which would be more attractive than one facility location would be more attractive than the other one. And below that intersection point, the other facility would be better than the other criteria or other facilities which you are considering. So intersections may, you need to actually define the region. According to the region, your location decision would actually be applicable. What we will do, take an example. 3 locations have been identified as suitable candidates for building a new factory. The fixed and unit variable costs for each of the 3 potential locations has been estimated and are shown in the following table. ये table हम देख लेते हैं. So if you see this data, the location A would be having the fixed cost of $500,000. The unit variable cost would be $300 and it would be incremental. जैसे जैसे it can vary with the increasing Q, क्योंकि ये Q का function होगा. Then B would have $750,000 with a unit variable cost of $200 per unit, and then C would be $900,000 as a fixed cost and $100 as a unit variable cost. So given a forecasted demand of 3,000 units per year, the best location can be found by first plotting the 3 total cost curves represented by, आप क्या करेंगे, तीनों के जो cost curve हैं, क्योंकि हमारे पास fixed cost और variable cost available है, change the value of Q for the variable cost and you will get the lines. तो cost function आपके पास क्या आएंगे? पहले तो cost functions को देख लें. तो the total cost for A would be 500,000 plus 300 Q. For the total cost for B site would be $750,000 plus 200 Q, and the total cost for the C site would be $900,000 plus 100 Q. तो ये आपके पास cost functions develop हो गए. Now let us see the figure in which we will see the graphical representation of these 3 lines. ये तीनों lines हैं. आप Q को vary करेंगे और vary करने के साथ you will get the graphical intersection. That is, if you see here, आपके पास जो location A, B और C तीनों की जो है वो एक intersection point आपके पास, different intersections, 2 intersection points आपके पास आ चुके हैं. One is actually between location A and location C. The other one is between location B and location C, and the third one would be between location B and location C. तो आपके पास 3 intersection points जो हैं वो show हो चुके हैं. So what is that and what we can say about it? क्या total decision making कर सकते हैं? Yes, we can, but we need to look at the scenarios here. So next we will look at those intersection points. First of all, we will look at the intersection point between location A and location B. How can we determine it? That would be जब इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट है, दैट मीन्स द टोटल कॉस्ट एट लोकेशन ए वुड बी इक्वल टू द टोटल कॉस्ट एट लोकेशन बी. इट वुड बी द इंडिफरेंट कॉस्ट. दोनों के कॉस्ट फंक्शंस को आपने लिखा, इक्वेट कर लिया फॉर क्यू. सो हियर द क्यू इज 2500 units. So what does it say? It actually tells you that producing less than 2500 units per year would be cheaper at location A when the lower fixed cost predominates. So lower fixed cost है A के सिनेरियो पे. तो अब अगर आप less than 2500 units produce करना चाहते हैं तो location A would be the attractive one. But if you are producing more than 2500 units, then location B would be more attractive, because here the lower variable cost is actually dominating. Next, we have the break-even point between the location B and location C. Similar, वो भी बिल्कुल उसी तरह ही आपने उसकी जो expression है, that is the total cost for B should be equal to the total cost for C. दोनों की cost equations को जो है वो equate किया. For Q, you have Q of 1500 units. Now, what does it say? It says that producing less than 1500 units per year would be actually cheaper at location B, while if you want to produce more than 1500 units per year, then location C would be the better option. Finally, the third intersection point, that would be between location C and location A and location C. उसी तरह एक्सप्रेशन है आपके पास, टोटल कॉस्ट फॉर ए शुड बी इक्वल टू द टोटल कॉस्ट फॉर सी. और जब आप उसके अंदर से Q को इक्वेट करेंगे, विच इज द वेरिएबल हेयर, तो यू हैव 2000 यूनिट्स. तो Q इज 2000 यूनिट्स. व्हाट डज इट से? इट एक्चुअली सेज that if you are producing less than 2000 units, then location A would be better. But if you are producing more than 2000 units, then location C would be the cheaper scenario. So, based on the cost curves shown in that figure, location C has the lowest total cost when producing the forecasted quantity of 3000 units per year. So, location C would be the option which would be better for 3000 units. If, however, the annual demand forecast was 1000 units, then location A would be preferred. C में हमारे पास variable cost कम होती जा रही है according to the analysis. अगर आप तीनों separate analysis को भी देखें तो 3000 तक अगर आप जा रहे हैं तो C was better. But if it is less than 1000 units, location A would be preferred. अगर ये forecasted figure होती कि 1000 या उससे less है तो A would have been preferred. Location B would never be preferred location when comparing the cost of all three sides simultaneously. Location B कभी भी इसमें attractive नहीं बन रही है. Either it is, if it is a higher quantity, we are going for location C. If it is a lower quantity, we are going for A. B is like never dominating side. तो ये analysis आपके पास break even में we can do it. Simple analysis है, but it gives you a very good insight that how would you actually go for your location. Thank you.